having fun? Have you gone outside and seen that big bright sun yet today? Are you allowed to play? Have you gone and used all your imagination? Are you happy with our current nation? Or do you need some more information? Oh yeah! Today, say hip hip hooray, I'm alive! And it's a wonderful day to listen to Joe's Jive and Jive. Welcome to Joe's Java Jive. I am your host, Jolly Joe Jester. Oh, now I'm definitely Jolly Joe Jester. And I just thought I would come in and check out what's going on with me. It's been an amazing weekend in March for me. I don't know about you. I am holding the microphone like this is a stand-up event and going to just share from the heart a little bit. Life moves fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. Ferris Bueller, the great John Hughes. I don't stop and often think about all of the wild stuff that I do. The great Bob Dylan, who I was just inspired by. Oh, you don't know him? This guy. Bobby and I go way back. And he is one of those guys that has really shown me how art is supposed to be and what it's supposed to be. And since I was a little kid, I always looked up to musicians, but I was more into the hip-hop and the other forms of art. Or when I first discovered the simplicity of guitar and a few chords can get you into the beginning of a Bob Dylan song. Simple blues structures, chord progressions often that once you hear it and know how it works, you can do it for the rest of your life. The 1, 4, and 5. And Bobby and I are guys who often don't look back. You know, Dylan, and being someone who's a big fan of him and other artists who are constantly moving forward, I realize that I've had this sort of deep belief that I'm not supposed to look back at what I've done, or it's always about the next show, the next event. But here's a time where I feel like I've made some breakthroughs in the last 48 hours. And I wanted to just share with everybody what that looks like on a Joe's Java Jive episode. So the guest on today's episode is Jolly Joe Jester. And this is, I guess, Joseph Anthony Davis interviewing Jolly Joe Jester, as it appears. We all have different sides of ourselves. You may have the professional side, the family side, the brother, the sister, the mother, the father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. You may have different artists who you look up to. Like I just referenced Dylan as a part of me. Andy Kaufman is a part of who I am. Allen Ginsberg, Ken Kesey, these guys, Belushi, a lot of the heroes of mine, you learn from them, the good parts and the bad parts, but I don't often stop and learn from myself. So let me tell you a little bit about Jolly Joe Jester. I'll never forget this feeling of trying to catch up, trying to win the race. back when I was still a seaman. I was really trying to get there to the finish line before anyone, and I did. And the night I was born or conceived, there was a bat stuck in the house. I don't know if I've told the story. So I am Batman, really, if you think about it. I am somebody who's had a journey throughout my life that has led me to now being a comedian, actor, raconteur, a storyteller, impresario, jester, music man, song and dance man, a producer of films, short films, TV show pilot that's coming up that I can't talk too much about right now, and a stand-up act which has developed a lot over the last year. So I'm a January 27th baby, an Aquarius, double Aquarius actually, Mozart's birthday, and I made a pact to myself that I was going to do stand-up 27 times in my 27th year, which was 2024 basically. All through that year, I ended up doing about 30 stand-up sets. So I have become a lover of stand-up comedy and sharing a moment with yourself, with the audience, with your own brain and your imagination. Each human out there is like a lens, and you know, I've been a big fan of seeing other people's perspectives through my life, and here I am now feeling like it's time to say hello and introduce myself properly. I'm ready to introduce Jolly Joe Jester to the world, and who he is someone that loves the planet, loves all the people in it, and feels that we need to change the way we live and think of each other. I come from upstate New York, Elmira, New York, home of Jane Roberts, who is someone who channeled the entity Seth in the 60s and 70s and 80s. And Jane Roberts, shout out to Oshara, who operates the Seth House. And I've been going there and interviewed Oshara on this podcast earlier in the year, and have felt connected to that material and the New Age movement that says you create your own reality. And I'm a big believer of that. So I'm trying to create a reality that has a sense of beauty to it. Even in these challenging times, we must really pursue a life that's more beautiful than anything we can imagine. And that is only going to be done if we can look to our brothers and sisters on the streets, in the homes, in the mansions, in the apartments, the condos, and in the other countries around the world, and realize that life is valuable, no matter whose life it is, and what you have to bring, and what your job is, and how much money you have, and if you're wearing rings, or you're wrestling your way through life, or if everything's a breeze. You must still process what kind of a gift it is that we are alive and well in this lifetime, in the next lifetime. We have what it takes to rise up and make a difference that transcends space, transcends time, and takes us to the next level of your mind and your soul. It can be done. It's possible to have fun in this life. It doesn't all have to drag on. You can get it done. Anything that you might dream, and what seems like the best plan for you right now. Woman or man, it don't matter. All you are is just a matter of energy, particles, and space behind your face. Anything is possible. You can do it. All you need to do is see and create your own reality. So Seth and Jane Roberts, yeah. Create your own reality. You create what you focus on. I'm focusing now on my craft, and this show that I just did, to place this in time, it was March 7th, 2025, and I had hosted many shows at the Stellar Yoga in New Paltz before. Phenomenal place that is all about hosting incredible events. They do yoga for all sorts of different focuses and different groups. They have a queer LGBTQ yoga centered on that. They do massage there, and the owners, Guy and Victoria, have allowed me to host some events over the last couple of months. It's, we took off for the holidays and came back in this year. And I'm excited for this podcast to show you some of the moments from this, including my Jolly Joe Jester set, which you'll see is really taking some of my soul and where I'm at right now, where I think a lot of us are at, and checking in. So I want to bring you closer to who I am and what I'm up to by showing you this moment, and then we're going to talk about it. So enjoy a glimpse of Jolly Joe Jester hosting the Way Out Variety Show.
Welcome, everybody. I am Jolly Joe Jester. Yes. I think this is like our 5th or 4th way out, and let's give a huge round of applause to Stellar Yoga, Guy and Victoria, for hosting this incredible event. It's been a windy day. You guys want to hear my impression of the wind?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I hope it brings you some peace. While I'm doing it, take a deep breath, okay? Here we go. Thank you. That's my impression of the wind. Yes. Stellar yoga. I'm feeling stellar. I feel like, how are we doing? Are you guys feeling okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. I can tell you're running on fumes. Okay. I can feel it. It's Friday, and we're gonna go way out tonight. I've got an eccentric lineup. Look at this. This is like the lineup for criminal. Who did the crime? Usual suspects here. I love it. Yeah, we've got an incredible group. But I've been feeling like, yeah, we're all running on fumes. We're going through this life, and I feel like we are, we're not thriving, okay? Moments where I realize this is like when I go to a farmer's market or like a nice boutique artisanal thing. You just kind of walk up and look, and you're like, oh, these are great. But I know I can't afford it deep inside. I know I can't support it right now. Someday I'll buy your artisanal mugs that are up there on the shelf. But right now is not that time, god damn it. But you have to seem interested. You have to. It's part of manifesting what you want, is you gotta act like, maybe I am king shit who can buy a couple of mugs every once in a while. Oh, these don't even have a handle, a little thumbprint. Wow, that's so nice. I'm not going to buy any, but I want to give you the time of day. It's worth it, folks. Your energy is part of what your money is. Your worth is your time. Your mind is your money, right? Yeah. Every artist wants to hear, like, I love what you did here. Your art. They're not just waiting to say, are you going to pay me? Are you going to fucking pay me? It's kind of like when I go to like Sam's Club or something, I'm looking for free samples. I'm acting like I'm gonna buy it. I'm like, oh my god, you used the breadcrumbs and the mac and cheese. Wow. Is this fast? Can I look at the lid? Oh my god. They don't give a shit if you're gonna buy it or not. My twin brother's gonna come and have another one in a little bit too. Yeah, he's gonna put out, that's why I wear layers to Sam's Club, so I can delayer and they'll get more. It's great. It's great. People are ready to give, but you've got to be interested in receiving. Are you ready to receive some great entertainment tonight? Yeah. I believe you. I believe you. It's not like when somebody over 30 gives me a book to read, and I'm like, yeah, I can't wait. Thank you. you. This is gonna make great company with the other books on the shelf. It's gonna be great. And give me a couple of years and I'll get to it. I will. I never read. Does anybody read? Raise your hand. Okay, I see a lot of folks raising their hands. I'm trying. I'm jealous of you. How do you do it? You sit down and get a warm cup of tea and you slow everything down and say, let's see what Stephen King has to say. Let's see how does page 1 of it start. Let's go. 900 to go. I can't do it. You can lend me a DVD, I'll watch that. Get a big collection. I got vinyl. I don't even have time to listen to the vinyl. But I do have time. Because my phone tells me I have 23 hours of screen time a night. Yeah, you heard me, 23. Okay? I fall asleep with it on. I'm scrolling and I wake up and I'm like, wow, I really know how to make that cucumber salad after the constant dreaming. I bought the mandolin to cut the cucumbers. Has anybody seen this? Yeah. But I've never used it because every time I try, Serena's like, you're going to chop your finger off. I feel like Ralphie in the Christmas Story. You'll shoot your eye out. No cucumber salad. Does anybody use one of these mandolins? Yeah. You have all your fingers?
No, I chopped my fingers.
God, see? See? You're not helping my case here. I'm cool as a cucumber. I love all of you. The point of the story is be loving and be ready to receive. If it's a nice book, you can say maybe stop. I'm not going to read it. Okay? Just stop it. Like, they want to know. You can fake it. You can be like, I loved it. Oh my God. Catcher in the Rye. I love rye bread. It's so good. Oh my God. I love it. But the key of life is be grateful for what you got, right? Can you be jolly about what you got in the here and now? Let me hear you say, yeah! Yeah! Well, we're going to do a little exercise because I know we've got things that bother us sometimes. So what we do, if things bother us, we're going to say, I don't give a shit. What? Did you catch that? I don't give a shit. You think I give a shit? I don't give a shit. What I need from you, if you don't hear I'm saying, I don't give a shit. Okay? I don't give 2 shits or 3 shits. I don't give a shit. But nobody wants to think about that. That's a weird expression, right? Who gives shit? Nobody. I mean, I give away books I don't want to read. But what about everything in life? The news. I don't give a shit. The toxic war. I don't give a shit. Parking ticket. I don't give a shit. Expensive eggs. I don't give a shit. Excellent. So what I need from you is that we're going to do a little mantra, and I'm going to get you guys in this. This side of the room, when I point to you, you're going to go, eep. Let's practice. Eep. And this side, ooh. Let's hear it. Eep. And ooh. Louder ooh on the oohs. Ooh. Come on. Ooh. All right, here we go. And I get it. Eep. And I get it. Ooh. Faster. And I get it. Eep. And I get it. Ooh. A little faster. And I get it. And I get it. Ooh. And I get it. And I get it. Ooh. And I get it. And I get it. Ooh. And I get it. And I get it. Ooh. And I get it. Ooh. 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 And I get it. Louder. And I get it. And I get it. Ooh. And I get it. And I get it. Ooh. And I get it. And I get it. Ooh. And I get it.
Thank you all!
All right. We got a great show for you tonight. Everyone is here. Be ready to go to outer space. Starting with a newbie. It's his first way out. I'm very excited for our buddy, James DeSalvo.
Wow. Wasn't that something? Amazing to see the energy of someone who's done this now countless times. I'm counting, I'm not counting this year how many stand-ups I do. I'm kind of just going with the flow and doing as many as I can. But hosting this event and putting in the time to make sure we could squeeze in an incredible show with as many performers as possible. It was such an amazing opportunity, and I can't thank enough the people who helped me along the way. We had Connor Wenk starting the show with some music, and we went on to have an incredible host of stand-ups and comedians who have actually been on the podcast before. But looking back at those conversations with guys like Ed Smythe, Dagan, a.k.a. Dagan the Pagan, Dagan Julty has been a comedic force and a mentor for me. And those two guys have been at all of the Way Out variety shows since April of 2024. And we are a different breed of comic. We like to bring forward a sense of surrealism and joy that is not based in only the joke, but more of becoming a character up there and embracing your inner weirdness. So that's why we call it the Way Out variety show. Way Out. It's been a great process to see how it's grown and what is possible. And, the one thing I really wanted to share was that putting these events together and feeling more like myself than ever. I'm trusting what I have to say up there. I'm no longer holding back, or I don't have a plan always. I have a plan. I have a journey to take you on, but I don't stick to an exact formula every time. And that's something that some of my comedy friends have said, like Dan Feingold, one of our last guests. He writes his material and crafts it and delivers it. With Jolly Joe Jester, although I'm a trained actor who can memorize a script, I prefer to channel whatever my inner spirit is up there. We each have an entity, a way of being, a pure sense of child in there who wants to come out. And to me, it goes back to being the little boy on the dance floor at the wedding who loved being the center of attention for a moment and sharing the vibrations of a little dance, of a little fun, and seeing that the whole room can then feel better. If one person starts that dance and feels like this is a dance, we're supposed to have fun in this life, why do we forget that? I think a lot of us get caught up in the most difficult aspects of life. Stress, fear, pain, suffering is all real. This stuff is what consumes most of our waking reality. What I have found is that by focusing on a craft or even by building community, I have been able to somehow channel all of those feelings into an act of community and healing for me, and I've seen it have a transformative effect on the world around me. In 2020, I lost my mom, Vicky Sue Agan, and there's actually an episode of the podcast that really goes deeply into my experience losing my mom and connecting to her spirit through the work of Kia Alabe, this incredible, amazing person that I met on a film set of Todd Strauss-Lussen's Silent Retreat, and it really came into my life and was an incredible Hawaiian woman who also passed away. So there's an episode like that, and really encourage you to listen. But I lost my mom, and as someone who was always very connected to his spiritual side, I have a lot to thank to my mom. And she is the reason why I look at the world with such a loving lens. Jolly Joe Jester looks out as everybody as a brother. In fact, I've been called Broseph before. Broseph Davis instead of Joseph Davis. Because, you know, my mom showed me what it means to pick up someone and give them a ride, or give them the coat that you just got from some rummage sale because they look cold and they don't have a coat, or to spread joy throughout the community. I'll never forget her saying, let's all go out and Christmas carol, and let's go for Thanksgiving and go hand out food and prepare a meal for those less fortunate. And it's just the beginning. I mean, there's so many people who are doing that kind of community work, and my mom was giving me a spiritual sense of that, and I'm very lucky, and I want to do more work like that, and I want to support and bring artists on this platform who are providing food and family and fun. And I put this event together, and the money goes to the yoga studio, and it's by donation, so no one is required to pay to get in. And I've been running an improv troupe without any monetization for 5 years. So what it is getting together at the local community center, and it started during COVID in the community of New Paltz. With my friends, I put out an idea and a feeler of who wants to come do some improv here in the cul-de-sac of my college home. People came and said it was the first time they really laughed since COVID started. This was 3 months after my mom passed away. She died in May, and in July I was putting out this feeler, really for me, selfishly wanting to hang out and get some acting practice, because it's something that I always loved. Even back to when I was a little boy, I did my first commercial at 4 or 5 years old and got in front of the lights with my dad. And we'll get into that story when I get him onto the podcast here very soon. This life has been an opportunity for me to explore my humor, and I always was kind of a class clown. It's hard to believe, right? In high school and middle school, I actually would run for class office just to kind of get up there and give a speech because I wanted to. I wanted everybody to give me a second. And, I'm saying that now because I think I really wanted to be everyone's friend. I think most people want that, and then somewhere along the line they get crushed often. And feel like, oh, maybe I'll have a few friends, or maybe nobody's my friend. Jolly Joe Jester is your friend. I'm here because I love everybody on this life, and I really believe that we can make it a better experience for everyone. Over the last year, I have seen the troupe go on to year 5 of Happenstancery, maintaining weekly Thursday night 7 p.m. at the community center sessions and spreading love. It's been an incredible way to give back to the community, and I'm very excited about some new prospects where I can bring this gift forward into the world. As I look back on my career, who I am, and what my life is all about, I see that there is a potential to become the kind of person who can change the way we think about life. We can see figures throughout time who've come in and through their power of art, comedy, laughter, music, theater, performance art, shamanism, healing, health, technology. There's people who have been changers, makers, movers. And I often come across as more of a goofball, but deep down in my heart, I feel that if I can help you see that this whole world really does love you, no matter what you're wearing, no matter what you look like, no matter what the president says about you, no matter what your leadership might think or what group of people might think about you. It's all irrelevant because what really matters is how you view yourself and how you can make an impact on the world. You can't really change the world. You can try, but ultimately you can just change the way you look at the world from your perspective because you are the one who is processing this life and giving your own experience back to you. And I had a friend telling me about Robert Anton Wilson, I believe, who was a leader in this. And they said, if I know you love Seth and Jane Roberts, but shout out to my friend Al Dean for getting me onto the Robert Anton Wilson world and learning that maybe you are under your own kind of hypnosis, right? Maybe your being, you shouldn't trust all of your thoughts or realize that they're just thoughts. They come and go. You might be on one path and thinking you're going towards perfection, but maybe there's more to the story. Maybe by your own doing, you're on a path that is serving certain needs, but it might not be the growth that you're looking for. You might actually be in a stagnant or state of paralysis. What I'm trying to do in this life is escape my stagnancy and start flapping my wings towards a brighter future. I'm flying south, baby. I'm going to the people who need to hear me, and I'm saying, here's my story. I love people. I recently did a bit at a story on this to end really my sessions of 29 stand-ups. One of the last ones that I'll show you here was about spreading the love through a very simple gesture from Jolly Joe Jester. Take a look at this clip about my grandma and about how I think we can all share a little bit more love in this life.
Jolly Joe Jester.
Here I come to save the day. Hi. How you doing, everybody? I really love the last bit of poetry and all of our performers so far today. And what an amazing group of people here. And I feel very much like, a bear in the woods today. I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I really do. I actually had the day off from my usual job, and Jolly Joe Jester decided to go jog into the woods. So I went up a deep path off of the trestle. There's a way up the road, kind of over in, and all of a sudden, you don't hear anything. Just the plain above you, a couple of rustles of some leaves. It's very nice. And I realized I need this kind of majestic setting to really check in with myself. I don't know about you guys, but I can't meditate on the floor of the office, okay? It just doesn't work. Every time I try it, I got too many reminders. I got all this crap on my desk, and when I realize you need a majestic setting. If I don't look like a painting of Buddha, then it's not going to work. So I climb up the mountain, and I lay on a mossy rock, and I just am flowing, and I shut off my Bluetooth speaker that's playing out loud, pissing everybody off on the trail. And I just feel myself and my soul, and I start feeling jolly, and you forget about everything in the world. And it was amazing, and all of a sudden I heard, sounded like a beast of some kind, scary animal, and I see a woman and her dog coming down the path. And I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna let that happen. The dog's ready to kill me in protection, but I just am like, oh, it's okay. And what did the woman say? Hey, are you okay? Yeah, I'm good. I'm just meditating. It's all good. Okay. And it was this little moment, and I felt really seen and held by Mother Nature and by my fellow neighbor. So really, that's my message tonight. All of us are looking out for each other. And in this ride and in this walk, I love going for walks, and I look on the opposite side so the cars come by me. And it's real simple. How do you make somebody feel seen and part of your neighborhood? This is the simple body language. You know it. You've seen it. You felt it. Yeah, I'd like to actually get everybody to do that back at me. Ready? I'm going to do it once to you, and then do it back. Okay, a couple of you got it. All right, I'm going to take it a step further, okay? Here's my goal for tonight. This is part of my act, and I'm going to sing over this. I want to see a wave of head nods, okay? This is how we change the world, one at a time. So here it goes. It's going to start with me and David. Give it up for David of Greenkill. And then it's going to go to our host, and we're going to zigzag all the way through to you in the back. When you get that final nod from your next partner in the corner, you give me a head nod. Here we go. And before we start it, I'll just say this. I'm turning 28 in 10 days. Yeah. Yeah. Today is also Andy Kaufman's birthday, a legendary comedian, Jim Carrey, and my Sittu. I heard you say Jiddu. Sittu and Jiddu are the Arabic grandma, grandpa that we all love, and we're praying for our folks in the Middle East. But my grandma, my Sittu, was the best, okay? She was the sweetest person ever. She had the most youthful energy. She was everyone's Sittu in the whole neighborhood, which means grandma. So Sittu, as she got older, she was so youthful that her mind went back to like 18-year-old when she was 88. She would go out and walk through the streets and just would say hi to everybody and was so sweet and so kind. And she was losing her mind a little bit. And I would love to sing to her. We have a music therapist open the show. Music is healing. Music is what feelings sound like. So while you guys head nod, I'm going to sing some songs. And some of it's stuff that my grandma really liked, because I would go sing for her when she actually got into an institution there for people who don't remember very well. I wasn't ready for her friends to really like me a lot. They liked me a little more than she did, some a little too much. And then she would make sure to put him in their place. He's here to see me. Don't get it twisted. He's here to see Sittu Shirley. So this goes out to her. You're going to start the head nodding. You ready? David, you're going to actually start it. Hey, Jude. And now head nod to her. David, you're missing the point. You got to start the head nod. And then you pass it. And then when you get it, you send it to everyone. And pass it through the row and head nod your neighbor. Dagan, take it this way. Hey, nod. Now head nod to your left. Yes. You were made to head nod your neighbor. Yes. And if you see a Sasquatch-looking guy in the woods, you gotta make a head nod to make him feel good. Head nod behind the row behind you. It's not over. Head nod, na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Keep it going. Head nod. Come on, people, head nod. Head nod, nod, head nod. I'm following it. Back row. Head nod. Head nod. Head noddy, 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 noddy. Head. Head, head, head nod. Hi, nice to see you, neighbor. Head nod. I love you. Head nod and nod and nod and nod and nod and nod. Head nod. Come on, Greenkill. Head nod. Head nod. Oh, head and nod and nod and nod and nod and ow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Remember, give that head nod. It means so much to people. It can brighten someone's day, and they will head nod the next person and the next person. So please, keep on coming. Best open mic of the world. I promised myself I would do 27 stand-up open mics in my 27th year. This is number 28. Thank you. Jolly Joe Jester, Happenstancery Improv on Instagram. We're doing an open mic for stand-up at Snugs on Tuesday, the 28th of January, and the 30th, an open mic at the New Paltz Community Center for my birthday. Bye, folks. Peace and love.
Thanks, Joe. Yeah, he said it all. So we can take that and go hide in the woods somewhere with it and nod to ourselves a little bit more too. I think we all forget to do that. Give ourselves some recognition. We all came out here. It's really cold and you guys are all awesome. So thanks.
Thank you. Jolly Joe Jester from White Noise on January 17th, which is Andy Kaufman's birthday, Jim Carrey's birthday, my great friend Mackenzie Hamilton's birthday, and my grandma / Sidhu Shirley's birthday. I loved my Sidhu so much, and I love singing Hey Jude, and that's also a tribute to my Aunt Judy, who passed away. And she was a great person and singer who lost her voice a bit from smoking, and had a beautiful voice and suffered from, some mental health and crises that we all have people in our lives who are struggling. And I feel very much that I am put on this life to not only figure out your own stuff, but to just be a sounding board for those who are struggling. Take a moment of your day. And like I said in the video, head nod is one thing. But do you know how much it means to someone to stop and say, hello, how are you? Well, do you need anything? I'm here for you. I try to do this for people in my community and beyond. And I'm starting to accept invitations for if people want to check in with me online. If you need a little Jolly Joe Jester boost, reach out to me, jollyjoejester@gmail.com. Maybe we can set up a call like this. Maybe you can become a guest on the podcast, because I think I have so much love and perspective that I've brought to different places throughout my life. I've been on film sets. I've worked as crew during COVID. I was a teacher and a director for 64 elementary students right before COVID. Ultimately, I'm a shining star. I'm a shining monkey, which was actually the name of the sketch that Happenstancery did at the Way Out variety show. It's a wild one, but I think it would be cool to show you a quick glimpse of what Happenstancery is all about, because the improv started 5 years ago and has had so many incarnations. We performed in New York City, in my hometown of Elmira, at Beacon, New York, at festivals in Kingston, at O Positive, and hopefully soon at the Hutsy Studio in Kingston. We have come a very far way, and here's a quick scene of what it looked like when we took on the suggestion of Shining Monkey.
The Shining Monkey, and make sure you decide which one's your favorite, because you decide who gets the award. Hey!
Give it up for the Shining Monkey. Let's take a look at our Best Picture nominees.
Oh, it seems like the mushrooms are interacting with his brain. It looks like he's about to spout some beat poetry.
I was once a monkey in the great Africa beyond. Then the CIA found me and gave me some drugs to bond with the universe. And I see the future, and it's bright, bananas for everyone. And the sun, it will explode, yes. But we will all become shining monkeys. Oh my God! I don't like it! I don't like it! I think I mixed I don't like it! The sun is exploding right now! Shining monkeys for all!
Ladies and gentlemen, our first film, The Shining Monkey.
Yeah, that's it. Let's just say the improv, you never know what you're going to get. But with this life, I feel so thankful for my friends. And I wanted to shout out Ryan, who is playing the music on this track. A new friend I got to have on the podcast someday. You have already proven to be a huge asset as a musician, as a fellow improviser. And all of this current crew, I wanted to thank Will and Topher, who were seen in that video as being really powerful members of the troupe. Topher is a great friend who's been on the podcast before, and Will, I'm so excited to hope to have you on. He's a radio talk show host. This guy is in murder mysteries, including something that spoofs the X-Files. This guy's really cool. And Will Hennessy. I'm lucky to have friends. And what I really want to say is that happenstancery, starting a club over a shared interest, was the thing that really changed my life. Taking a moment to recognize that these have been 5 years of serving over 1,000 people have come in for one night at least and come back and gone over and put in the hours. I am getting close to my 10,000 hours of improv acting. Saturday Night Live, I'm ready for you. I watched the 50th anniversary and I'm got my sights set on being 2025's the same way in 1975 Andy Kaufman was your strange guy. Andy Kaufman is someone who has had a big impact on me, and I'm very excited about in a future episode talking with the director of a new documentary called Thank You Very Much. And just want to tell you that's coming, and there's a lot to be said more about Andy Kaufman and his impact. But on me in this life, I have felt like I am a person who is picking up where Andy left off, and I have a message of love. Jolly Joe thinks we can change the world if we replace that 4-letter word of fear with love. And all it takes is that first step inwards, fixing things in here, going backwards, coming out the other side with fresh perspective, and leaving the past behind a bit. I want to be so proud and thankful to all of those who came before me, my mom, my dad, my grandparents, my fellow comedians and pioneers in art, because you lead the way. You have the footprints in the snow that make it easier for me to walk in. So thank you for those of you who led the way and those mentors like Dagan and Kush of the Cloud House, who actually told me you should go do a podcast with yourself and talk about what happened this weekend. After our amazing show at Stellar Yoga with these incredible acts, I went out into the town and saw so many people and had conversations. I'm lucky to live in a town where people still do that, and I ultimately realized that I've had sort of an epiphany that Jolly Joe Jester is ready to reveal himself. He's ready, and he wants you to come and join the fun. All those people out there, you each have a little jolly somebody in there waiting to come out and join the fun. And that's what this is all about. Changing the world one step at a time, becoming a much more jolly place all around. If we can do this together, if we can make everybody feel like they're invited, even those rich billionaires who are maybe feeling like we want to, do bad things to them these days, they have to be part of the solution. We have to somehow get through to them, and that's what the role of the jester is. So I'm talking to all you big daddy super billionaires up there. Help me, help you. Let's get this world back on the right track. Let's visualize how we can feed the poor and support people who are up and coming and fix some of the problems facing us instead of just profiting off of the problems. I want to be a voice of this generation. I'm 28 years old. I'm a born and bred hippie. I believe in peace and love. I support the peace movement. And I think that we need to pick up where the hippies left off, okay? We have to be open arms. No one's turned away, okay? If you voted for the wrong guy, we accept you. Come back to the fire. If you voted me off of the island, I love you. I'm swimming and feeling better. What I ultimately want you to know is that you're invited to the party too. Nobody's ostracized here. No one deserves to be felt like they are alone in this life. Everybody has a brother in Jolly Joe. And we have to look out for each other, because this world can be scary. I know a lot of people feel like the end is near. I'm here to tell you the beginning is here. This is the beginning of the story. And if you can process your life and heal your inner child, you can then change your story. You can write your own story. You can be the creator that you want to become. I've done it. I'm working on sharing my gift with the world. I think that I deserve to speak to people like this more from the heart and make them laugh and bring them along for a creative ride. I will be blessed to be given that opportunity in my life, and I hope one day you can come into a dark theater with my band getting ready to come out onto the stage and bring a show that you've never seen before to your eyes and that you'll never see again. And I hope to share my love with all of you, because there's so much and there's enough for everyone. This life, we don't have to be afraid of the other. We don't have to be scared of the immigrants or of the people who are different from you. I am a big believer of people being accepted for who they are. That means trans people, gay people, lesbian, bisexual, incredible people who are non-binary, who have systems inside of them, who are multidimensional. We are so much more than our names. Our names were given to us to be our corporate entity. We are a corporation, and your social security number is your corporation number, because you are a whole brand. You're a whole thing. What do you represent? What do you represent in your daily life? Do you represent the solution or the problem? Do you look out at your neighbors and hate them or love them? Do you find that you are enjoying this life? Or do you feel like every day you're being forced to put on a mask? I'll tell you, we all do that to an extent, but it's all theater, and you can change that mask. You can go home tonight and paper mache one. Put on your best pot of coffee and a vinyl record and do the Joe's Java Jive homework assignment for the month of March, which is to march forth with peace in your heart and an idea of who is your inner clown, who is inside of you that wants to come out and join the circus over here? Huh? Come up with it. Find the right hat. I want to thank Trina Bode for giving me this hat, and also for coming to the New Paltz Community Center for a clowning workshop on March 22nd this year, 2025, people. So that'll be from noon to 5 at the New Paltz Community Center. Come and do this stuff while it's free and before I get super famous and can't be bothered anymore. Please, I'm trying to change the world. Actually, you know what? I'll never do that. There will always be a chance to reach out to me. Okay, folks? I am planning on launching happenstancery.org, where you can eventually go and meet with one of me or one of my amazing friends from Happenstancery, like Topher Pollock or beyond. People who want to help. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to listen to me ramble. Java Joe, I also wanted to share that I saw an incredible performance that really changed my day today. It was the performingart.org. Liz Damon of formerly the Hudson Valley Performing Arts Laboratory. I worked with her, and I just think she's absolutely brilliant. I would love to have her on the podcast someday. This group does a thing at a local museum where they embody the art in the museum. And they devise a theater piece based on the art that is up on the wall. I want you all to think about that for a moment, and how combining all these different mediums and bringing people together in a museum to just take in the art in a different way, different lens, how powerful that is. Truly incredible, and I want to thank Liz for giving me a start as an actor. She was an incredible director to me in a production of Medea. I played the asshole King Jason, who was not a very good man, but I was getting training in acting in a theatrical production there, and it was a total free community thing that she does that is very cool and lifts everybody up. So people like that, stories like that, go to your local museum, go check in with an art gallery. Let's all of us artists realize we need each other. You're an artist, you better grab another artist and hold hands and get along for the ride, because this is it, baby. There's no dress rehearsal. It takes many artists of many different methods and different variety of art forms out there to combine into the ultimate unity that we need. So it's you, it's me, and it's us. You, me, and us, baby. That's my mantra. That's who I'm all about. And you and me, we are not two, we are one. Just like the great Ray Davies says in the song Strangers, which I think I'm going to close out today's show with a little rendition of that. Where are you going to? I don't mind. I've killed my world and I've killed my time. So where do I go? What do I see? I see many people coming after me. In a promised land that made us believe that for many men there is so much grief. And my mind is proud, but it aches with rage. And if I live too long, I'm afraid I'll die. Well, I will follow you wherever you go. And if your offered hand is still open to me, oh, we'll take what we want and give the rest away. us away. In a promise that you made us believe, that for many men there is so much grief. Well, my mind is proud, but it aches with rage. And if I live too long, I'm afraid I'll die. Strangers on this road we are on. We are not two, we are one. So where you been, where I've just come, from the land that brings losers on. Where do I go? What do I see? See many people coming after me. And in a promise that you made us believe, that for many men there is so much grief. Well, my mind is proud, but it aches with rage. Oh, and again, if I live too long, I'm afraid I'll die. Oh, well, I will follow you wherever you go. Oh, and if your offered hand is still open to me, strangers on this road we are on. We are not two, we are one. Strangers on this road we are on. We are not two, we are one. Peace and love from Jolly Joe, your local jester. Here trying to make the world a better place, one gosh dang event at a time. Make somebody smile today. Give them 5 minutes of your time. It makes a difference. Trust me. You're still here. You like the song? Aww. Thank you. You like the suit? Thank you. You like the plaid? Aw, thank you. Well, since you're still here, I'll be a little insensitive. Take a deep breath. It's all going to be okay. Just remember, the answer lies within. Bye. Oh, stop and smell the incense, people. Gosh dang it. Love ya.